Hello, and welcome to this grammar session on conditionals, which can be found in Q Skills 5, Listening and Speaking, Unit 5. So what are conditionals? Conditional sentences describe the result of something that might happen, something what we wish would happen. We do that in either the present or the future tense, or something that might have happened but did not, which is obviously going to be in the past tense. Conditional sentences are also known as if clauses, and there are 4 types of them. In conditional sentences or clauses, there are always 2 parts, a main clause and then an if clause, which are both closely connected. The action in the main part can only happen if a certain condition or situation takes place, and that is expressed in the if clause. So let's have a look at an example of a conditional sentence. If he comes to the football match, I will be happy. The situational condition is if he comes to the football match, and the consequence of this condition is I will be happy. It is a feature of conditional sentences that you can start with either the main clause or the if clause. Have a look at this. I will be happy if he comes to the football match. So let's go through the 4 types of conditionals. Type 1. It is possible that. This is used to talk about future situations that are likely to happen or realistically possible. It uses the present tense in the if clause and will future in the main clause. Look at this example. If he studies now, he will pass the exam in April. This is entirely possible. If he, whoever he is, happens to be, does study now, the chances are he will pass the exam in April. Looking at the second conditional, which we call type 2, things are, well, still possible, but to be honest, very unlikely. This conditional talks about future situations that are unreal or extremely unlikely to happen. We use the past tense for the if clause and the present tense for the conditional in the main clause. For example, if he studied more, he would pass the exam in April. We can tell from this that he's not studying, and it's unlikely he's going to study more, so therefore passing the exam in April is going to be very unlikely indeed. Type 3 conditionals are used to describe things that did not happen or are impossible anyway. The past perfect tense is used in the if clause, and the perfect tense is used for the conditional in the main clause. So, if he had studied more, he would have passed the exam in April. Well, it's impossible for the following reasons. He didn't study more, so he didn't pass the exam in April, and wishing he had doesn't change the situation at all. The last type of conditional is known as a zero conditional. It is used with general statements, actions that are currently happening, and with facts. The present tense is used in both clauses. If there is a problem, I can always talk to Carol. If there is a problem, present tense, I can always talk to Carol, present tense. So now it is your turn. There's going to be some exercises which follow, and you can do 3 different things. First, you can practice identifying the type of conditional, and then you can check your understanding of what the meaning is in a conditional. Lastly, you will get some practice at forming conditionals using if. The answers will follow each exercise, so I suggest you pause the video in between each exercise to give yourself time to do it. Here are the conditionals that you need to identify as 0, 1, 2 or 3. So if you think for number 1, he would buy anything he wanted if he becomes rich, is a 0 conditional, write 0. Here are the answers to the conditionals you're asked to identify. Look at them carefully, and if you've got something wrong, go back and consult the information again that you were given earlier on. In this exercise, you can check your understanding of a conditional. For number 1, if he gets my email, he will send the information we need. Choose the best answer which you think reflects the information. Is it he won't send the information, or is it that he usually checks his email inbox? Decide whether it is A or B. And here are the answers to understanding the conditionals. In this last exercise, you need to be able to form the conditionals with the word if. This will mean you have to rewrite the sentences that are given to form a conditional. In a few of them, you will also need to add an extra pronoun in as well. So, you do not hurry, will miss the train is a type 1 conditional. You need to form it using if. Pause the video here to give yourself time to do it. Here are the answers to the conditionals that you had to form using if. So that concludes this presentation on conditionals. For more practice, go to your Q Skills Book 5, Listening and Speaking, Unit 5, on pages 134 to 135. Thank you.